Okay, so it's been a couple weeks since I came out, but I trimmed this up a little bit, but you can see it's just like the vines get crazy. So better up than down, but here's the status on my little kiwis. So they're coming along nicely. Yeah. And you can see there's some over there. So very nice. They'll start popping in, whatever. And then here are my tomato and pepper plants and my borage that just decided to be living there. So this pink delicious has some little baddies on the bottom. I think it's just an Italian heirloom. That is coming along. And then here is my tomatillos. They like doubled in size pretty easily. And then my little cherry tomato back there. And then these are the Swiss chard that I'm saving for seed. And they're so large that they're just bending over. But I'll come out with some pantyhose and just hook those through. So I'll do a whole video on that so you guys can see what that looks like. And then I got some peppers back here. My little ghost peppers that barely made it because it got really hot. And then just some more herbs and plants that I need to, strawberries and plants I need to plant. And then all of my my squash and my cucumbers, and I got a couple melons in there. Okay. And then I had emptied this out, but this was all overgrown. So I went through and chopped all that back. This is actually a second layer that wouldn't fit in my thing, but this is all just kind of laying around. So I cleared all of this out, and then I'll finish up clearing all of that out, and then I can put some maybe shaded herbs back here, whatever. And then this is my little potato bed. And so they're supposed to dry out like this, but they'll just keep on growing. So I just keep on stacking more and more dirt and just let them do their thing. And then at the end of the season, I'll harvest them. Come and grab all those out. But that's not the end of it. This is just my one garden area. So it's still overgrown, but it's doing a lot better than it did. That's going to be my strawberry bed. So I'm going to put strawberries in there, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. But you can see I've got this big tree that kind of shades everything because this is westward, so the sun is coming down that way. But I did take out a lot of overgrowth in here, so it's starting to look a little bit more like a garden. And just keep on tending to it. You can see all this new growth on the kiwi. It's just like it won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. It's not going to create any more kiwis on here, but it will keep on growing. And if my friend was talking about planting something, look at that, there's just tons of kiwis right there. So over here in this little area, I kept a lot of the kiwis. And good thing, because I don't really want them growing too much and covering everything over here. I'd much rather it grow over on this end, but it's just the way it is. So yeah. And then my gigantic grapevine. And then this is the next project. I think that this is belladonna. And so I want to get rid of that as much as possible. And it's not the whole thing, but that definitely is there, and I would prefer to not have it be in the garden. So I'll come out and cut those off before they become berries and then go spread everywhere else. I had this path cleared out at one point, but you can just see how overgrown it gets. My grass, I try watering it. It's looking a lot better than the other stuff, but these beautiful little oleums are great for salads. This is ragweed. I'll definitely want to get rid of that because it is toxic to animals and it just spreads everywhere. But oh, my little spider webs. Sorry, spider. I know you work really hard on that. So this week I cleared out pretty good. But yeah, it's still gonna need to be cleared out, and then eventually I'll come back here and tear out all these old banana growths. But these ones are looking happy, ready to go. And then my roommate and I were gonna trim this out here, trim these things back, just take it back a little distance so that if you wanted to come out and have a tea or coffee and just be in the garden, like shave this down a bunch so it's not so wild and overgrown, and trim it up because it's just been allowed to go wild and crazy, just like here. I never go back here, but who would want to when you can barely get through? It's just so going in and really trimming this down, trimming that bush down, like everything is just growing so prolifically, which is a beautiful thing. But it's time to get everything Look at that. I need to go through and clean that out too. Well, at one point, little things at a time.